Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Phoenix's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Invoker.
Dire team pick.
Bane.
Phoenix's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Death Prophet.
Phoenix's turn to ban.
Hey. No void. No void. No void.
Void.
Dire
I'm actually
team
happy
ban.
because I don't think the void
We just
really
saw
did
Void
much.
lose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For both the teams,
Both
twice in a
games.
row.
Both games he lost, so...
Yeah.
I think maybe
So-
they just want to mix it up a little bit.
And we do see some other familiar faces. First of all, the Bane made it through. Got banned out in previous games, I
10
believe, or at
seconds
least...
remaining.
Yeah, I think so. And the Chen got banned out, because
5
that was,
seconds remaining.
of course, a pretty strong hero previous game with Invoker, Nature's Prophet, Death Prophet. Now, Death Prophet, I have to point out, was a hero that MVP Phoenix won with against Fnatic earlier today. And they were
really?
playing that
Oh,
very,
yeah, right,
very
yeah,
well.
right.
Yeah.
I saw that game at the end of it. They had a void with it as well, though, right?
Yeah, I want to say yes.
Yeah, they could technically still go for it. It's a, I guess, old sort of like combo. I mean, if you have the Chronosphere on top of the Exorcism, every target in the Chronosphere is bound to die. But at the same time, it's also super greedy, and you already have your offlaner, so you'd have to force the Void to be the safe laner, which you don't really see these days too much, at least in competitive games. So, I like the combo from Mineski though that they picked up early on. You pointed out Bane, a very strong hero, and together with the Void, with the Invoker, obviously a very potent combo if he wants to go for the Exort build, for example. But just in general, also really good because of the disable you have.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking because we saw both teams win a game against each other, right?
Yes.
And it felt like both teams still made quite a few mistakes during the games that we saw. Mostly positioning mistakes and getting caught out. But also both games were fairly one-sided for the team that won.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And I do kind of want a more, I guess, closer game, you know, back and forth a bit.
Well, what needs to happen for that to, what needs to happen in the draft for that to happen in game?
I think they need lineups that are, I guess, a bit more versatile in what they can do. I think we saw both, like, the teams that lost, they lost because they had only basically one game plan. It's just we team fight and then we win. But they need a bit of more. They need a bit more. They need to be able to take towers consistently. They need to be able to consistently gank, not with big cooldowns, but even with like smaller cooldowns. I don't know. I think they were too much reliant on big cooldowns in the last game. That was they kind of cornered themselves, I guess. So maybe this game they change it up a little bit, but it really depends on the next picks. Because MVP Phoenix so far, Death Prophet is also here that technically relies on a big cooldown, so we'll see.
Yeah, we do have the ban out from the Earth Spirit. Even though the Earth Spirit that we did see wasn't really that exciting or super strong for that matter. But let's find out if we're gonna see Pudge this game, because that was the other hero that we saw that was underwhelming,
10 seconds
and also saw
remaining.
banned out earlier today against
5
MVP
seconds
Phoenix, I want to say,
remaining.
or against Fnatic, one of the two. But in that series, saw it banned.
Mineski picked it up
Reserve
earlier
time.
against MVP
Yes.
Phoenix as well.
Yes.
And they, together with their Void, it was not
Visage.
So we do a new one. A new hero joins the fray.
Turn to pick.
Visage. I actually am kind of happy that we see a fairly newish hero. A lot of control coming out from the birds. I like that a lot. Because they kind of were slightly lacking that. They do, of course, have the Nightmare and the Bane is like one hero that does control, but other than that, now they can basically pick carries that don't have
It's a
control.
very scary combo as well. Bane and Visage, they can deal a lot of damage.
It is.
The Brain Stab is really
10
strong.
seconds
Bane has
remaining.
really good stats. I don't know. They have to be really careful, especially like the Nature's Prophet.
5
What we saw
seconds remaining.
last time, I think MVP Phoenix also picked it up in the first game, I believe.
Reserve
I don't
time.
think he's gonna have that good of a time in the lane because Visage can bully him out of the lane much easier.
Dire team pick.
And it's nice to stop the Nature Prophet from teleporting out into out of his trees, because you could just fly over it and still stun him
Birds.
and get the vision. I mean, Tornado is pretty good for that too. I guess there's a lot of ways to stop them happening. MVP Phoenix, looks like we're gonna see Dubu play Witch Doctor for the 3rd time today. A lot of versatility in that one.
And it's a good hero, especially.
He
No,
is.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a
But
good
you
counter
can,
against
if you
Visage,
cast
but
the birds, I mean, I guess that can
it bounces
be
between the
nice.
birds, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's at least nice. Queen of Pain picked up a Mineski, so they're gonna go again with the Ketchigimba safe lane Queen of Pain. It worked out for them. I mean, that was a really good Queen of Pain, and honestly, against the Nature's Prophet, it might even be stronger than it was in the last game. Because Nature's Prophet is a fairly squishy hero, and if you can't really chase him basically. If he split pushes, the Queen of Pain is a really good hero to
10
chase him around with.
seconds remaining.
And I think if he goes for the same build with the items, he can just burst him
5
down
seconds
every time.
remaining.
In a pain. Picked
Reserve
up.
time.
We saw Kashek inbound the safe lane with that earlier, and it worked out. That was the game they won. He was able to do a lot, but I felt like they struggled late game. I mean, they were able to get the pickoffs, don't get me wrong, but I felt like mostly that was because MVP Phoenix was out too far. The thing is that from the playstyle that we saw of Mineski in the game that they won, they're a very careful team. They are very calculated and they do not want to give anything away. And Queen of Pain is not one of those insurance type of policy heroes that you can take the late game with regardless. So at some point when your window of opportunity is open, you have to go. And I'm not sure if Mineski can actually push through if that happens. If it is a less close game than previous game.
And I would say though that the Queen of Pain is the kind of hero though that even gets you to that position in the first place. The fact that they were ahead was not necessarily because of the Queen of Pain, but she certainly added to it. Ketchigimba played a really great game with the Queen of Pain. It's a kind of hero that, yeah, I think I agree with you that it's not really the best hero to sort of like close the game out with, but at the same time, it's probably the best hero to go through the mid game with. And
yeah.
If they get a very farm-orientated offlaner again, like they did last time, I believe they had the Doom.
They did?
Then it's a very nice sort of like synergy where they have like really active Queen of Pain and Invoker sort of. Invoker more farming-orientated
10
still,
seconds
and then you
remaining.
have a sort of carry offlaner. Could also go for the
5
Void, I suppose, but
seconds
I think, honestly, Doom would also be a good option here. Doom is really good against the Death Prophet if you make sure that she doesn't get the exorcism off.
Yeah, that's the biggest if though. Because
Yeah,
if she
that's-
does get the exorcism off, then Doom basically, you can doom her, but she's still gonna hurt.
Turn to ban.
Yeah.
I really like the Tusk pick mostly because it's finally seeing something again, just like the Visage that we didn't see before in the series that we covered here on this channel. So has a lot of control, has a lot of fight, a lot of spunk.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
And it's a good. I mean, I talked about this, I
5
believe, in the
seconds
first game when they had the Pudge, I think. I mean, Invoker is technically he's
Reserve time.
because of the buffs. It's easier for him to survive from ganks. But Tusk is still a really good roamer against the Invoker because of the shards. And I hope this time around they actually bring a dust with him. Really, they cannot afford to let that chance go by again.
That was
Dire team pick.
very sad.
It probably would have changed the game a lot if they had gotten
Oh,
that kill,
yeah.
because it would have put Kyo in a much better position on the lane.
And it would have made the Enchantress more useful as well, because
Yeah.
basically that gank didn't work on mid lane, and then she stood around on top lane for a while she was in vision and she didn't realize. It just... Yeah. No, that is, that could have changed the game completely, I agree with you there. Or completely, it could have changed the game a lot. It could have actually made it a lot more even.
5
One more hero
seconds
left for
remaining.
Mineski. They have a farming-oriented carry, or rather offlaner banned out in the...
Reserve time.
Hey,
10
you know,
seconds
we have
remaining.
Void as a first pickup, so pick up a lot, but it's not is
Phoenix
just completely
is
ignored
turned
this
to
game, as we have Batrider as our last pick.
I think both teams just realized, hey guys, maybe we don't go for the Void after all.
Yeah.
I think if you lose in a fashion like, for example, Mineski did in the first game, I don't think you trust the Void really that much anymore. I think it could have been okay here, but at the same time, I think Batrider probably is actually a better option. I'm not too sure, but I
10
think
seconds
because you pick up the
remaining.
Batrider, I think you have to play a bit more greedy on the Invoker. Because I don't think
Yeah.
you can afford to
5
have
seconds
3 sort of like
remaining.
ganking kind of
I agree.
heroes, kind of cores in the mid game. Could also
Yeah, well-
see, I don't know who plays the Envisage, but you could also see the Visage transition into sort of like a more farming oriented position. We've seen it from, I don't know, from Lil, for example, where he becomes the second carry basically.
And Juggernaut, we see him Juggernaut banned out in other games, but it doesn't get banned out and therefore gets picked up. Previous time that we saw it also was one of the games that MP played it, and they won that game against Fnatic, so we'll see if they can recreate that result right here, as they're definitely gonna try, because it's really rough, but it's a best of one.
It's the best of one, and you definitely wanna play something that you feel incredibly safe with. Then for me, this feels like a very safe draft for MVP Phoenix. Honestly,
Yeah.
4F on the Nature's Prophet, and MP also. Juggernaut is one of his signature heroes, probably the signature hero actually.
It seems a
He
very
likes to play
comfortable
that.
draft.
Yeah, exactly. For Mineski, I'm not sure. Again, it kind of depends
10
how comfortable the
seconds
Visage player
remaining.
feels. Batrider feels like a bit of a risky maneuver,
5 seconds
because I think,
remaining.
for example, getting the Death Prophet, it doesn't really benefit them too much, especially if they do. It's the same with the Doom. It's the same with the Doom, right? If she has exorcism, if she gets exorcism out, you don't want to necessarily lasso her. So I don't know. We'll see.
Point something out, because I was expecting a package still to arrive in between now and 6 p.m. So who knows, right? Just a heads up there that I could be needing to run to the door, sign for a package, and run back down to my computer. But
We'll
the same
manage.
thing goes for you, right?
Yeah. Actually, my package already arrived. So.
Oh, really? Look at you.
Oh yeah.
No, I got a message that it's on the way. But that doesn't mean anything, because it might be on the way to people.
So poor Winter, he actually TP'd bottom to place a ward, but at the same time Dubu also TP'd bottom to also place a ward. So both of them decided, hey guys, you know what? The point of TPing down there is to not get scouted out. Let's not place a ward. So Batrider still has to place his ward, and Dubu now has the advantage because he places ward first, meaning that he'll see Winter coming in to
30
place his ward.
seconds to battle.
Let's see, we're gonna have a fight for the rune. We do have a snowball. Or rather, we have ice shards. You already spec that. That's always, I find that very risky to already spec that before knowing what's actually happening. And that is a ward countered, by the way. That's what Winter did so far.
Oh nice. Oh yeah, he should have seen the ward being placed by the
The
tower.
battle begins.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It was a bit, I guess, ballsy by Dubu, or
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really good for him.
Let's see who's playing what. Shall we? I'll go over MVP Phoenix this time. MP will play his Juggernaut on the bottom lane, which is a tri lane, by the way. Witch Doctor will be supporting together with Bebby on the Witch Doctor and Tusk respectively. Mid lane for Death Prophet for Duo, second time today, and then for Rev on his Nature's Prophet on the off lane.
Yeah, and on Mineski's side, we have Ninja Boogie already harassing Kyo in the mid lane with his Bane. Such a pain in the butt. Ysera on the Invoker. Then we have Extinct playing the Visage right now, pulling a bit, and then we have Ketchik Imba on the Queen of Pain, and last but not least, Winter as the Batrider on the offlane.
What do you favor in laning stage?
I think I want to say MVP actually. Mostly because I think the mid lane is going into should be going into Q's favor. But as I say that, it is... Well, actually his creep wave is still coming, so yeah, I think Q should be favored here in the mid lane. And in terms of off lanes, or safe lanes I suppose, I think I favor the Nature's Prophet because I think he can farm more reliably. Well, because when he falls back, he doesn't...
more catch-up specials, yeah.
Exactly. And currently, Winter isn't really getting too much out of here. And I feel like if they have to, if both of them have to fall back to the jungle, I think Nature's Prophet has a better time because he doesn't rely on stacks.
Now, knowing that the lanes are indeed going the way of MVP Phoenix, and they definitely are. Nature's Prophet is also farming the jungle. We talked about that he could actually do that in the small camp, even if he doesn't get a lot of last hits on the lane itself. But knowing that the lanes should be going in the way of MVP Phoenix, are we going to see extra rotations coming out from that Bane? Because Bane so far... Oh, actually, I really like what he's doing. He's just stacking. So we said MVP Phoenix gets ahead on the lanes, but that head start will get nullified when the stacks are getting taken, or should get nullified when stacks are getting taken. And Batrider, of course, is a great hero to take stacks with, especially if he doesn't get a lot in lane. You'll be able to get himself a Blink Dagger still within a respectable timing, even if he doesn't get any last hits on that off lane.
And this is why I think we won't see any rotations from the supports from Mineski side, because they'll be looking to just maximize the laning stage by farming, by pulling and stacking effectively. As you can see, Extinct, you know what, they're farming two camps at the same time, and as soon as it's time, Ninja Boogie's gonna stack again for the Batrider. I think they're totally fine with this, as long as MVP doesn't get any rotation kills. Tusk, for example, was sitting in the mid lane for a solid minute there on top of a ward, so he didn't actually get anything done at all. So I think if you're Mineski, I think you just want to play the greedy game, especially since you have a fairly greedy lineup, actually, if you think about it, because all of them want a bit of a head start to sort of like get things done. I mean, Visage is a fairly greedy hero. Yeah.
Generally, Visage also pays off to be a fairly greedy hero. Wait a second, we might have a bit of a skirmish here as QO uses his one and only Siphon, or rather, his charges are now gone, so he has to wait for them again. And Nature's Prophet actually was thinking about teleporting in, but didn't need to. We did have a rotation from the Bane coming in, and also Batrider just showed his face, but he's mostly here to just make his way down to start the farming of the stack. And that means that we have a free farming Juggernaut. Yes, free farming Queen of Pain. Free farming Queen of Pain versus a free farming Juggernaut. Discuss.
Difficult. It kind of depends on the gameplay. I think it maybe favors MVP a bit more, just because they have a very push-orientated lineup, and they will be looking to push fairly soon, I believe. As soon as they have Death Prophet level 6 and the Nature's Prophet has a few levels up, and I think in that regard it favors Juggernaut a bit more, just because he's gonna get more out of the early game. But I don't know. It also depends on if Kashyyyk can actually find a kill with his Queen of Pain as soon as he hits, say, level 6 or 7.
Hey, who do you want to win?
Who do I want to win? Ooh. Ask me that after the game is over. I don't know. I actually like both teams because I like the players from both teams. I think they're really cool people, like as just, you know, individuals.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Good answer. Very diplomatic.
Who do you want to win?
I'm a caster. I'm not allowed to be biased.
I should have said that. Yeah. I was considering saying that.
No, but you gave the right answer because you're basically saying you like everybody. This is the same thing as me saying I don't like anybody. Throw snowballs. Ninja Boogie is in a lot of trouble here. Tries to put himself in a nightmare. Can't do it. Will die. First blood going away of Kuo's Death Prophet. Invoker not able to do anything. He got an EMP off, and that did a lot. Burned all the mana, but the creep's already out.
But that was a lot of patience from Febby there. He's been sitting in this mid lane. Oh, they're gonna go again.
Mango Aiden. Mango Aiden, can he do enough damage? Nice tornado, hits upon 3. In comes the Simple though, and that's enough. The Bane is here again. Brain stabs someone, and in comes Kashyyyk. Gets the kill on the Nature's Prophet. Now looks towards the Tusk. Still Cryptstorm going through. Bane's still a lot of trouble. One more hit needed, and there it is. Kyo gets another kill. Sonic Wave though, over his head, right from Kashyyyk. In a triple kill from the Queen of Pain that just happened to rotate. And that is it's a nice trade, but triple kill for your farming Queen of Pain. Can we go back to free farming Queen of Pain and Juggernaut discussion about who was having the better of it? Because I think with that rotation, With that triple kill, Kushak is doing quite okay.
It definitely favored him. He's level 7 now, whereas Juggernaut didn't even hit level 6 yet. It was actually really fortunate for Ketchik. I believe he hit level 6 during that engagement.
Yeah, he did.
And then he was like, "Hey, I got a
Hey,
mango."
I still got this, guys.
Yeah,
Still
oh,
got this
Kyo, he's gonna
Qualifier.
die again. Ketchik is invis.
Yep, in comes the damage. Tornado EMP as well, just to help out. And there he goes, another kill. Oh, yeah, there it is.
I like that they're giving it to Ysera as well. He definitely needed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Queen of Pain, man, he's doing really well. Pretty much, I mean, if you look at Queen of Pain games, not often do you see a level 6 ultimate immediately resulting in a kill. Sometimes it's really hit or miss, and I don't know. It's just the dream start for Ketchik, and his CS is still really great. He hasn't really missed out on too much.
And in the meantime, Batrider got himself some Tranquil Boots. And he's also able to steal some farm from the Juggernaut by pulling the creep wave over his flames. That's actually pretty big, because the Juggernaut now kind of needs to play catch up with that Queen of Pain as he eats a mango. He has got an Omni Slash. I think he will look for a kill, but that Batrider is already long gone. Ooh, smoke!
Yep,
Smoke.
they want to smoke up. They want to find this Queen of Pain now, I think. Not sure they can really get it, though.
A lot of net worth to get as well, if they get it. Highest on net worth right now.
Trying to figure out how they can actually engage here. They don't
need
have
to
a
bait
silence.
something out with the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
They need to make him play dumb. You don't have a silence, you're right.
They really have to bait out a blink, really, I think.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Yeah, if they bait out the blink. Other than
They
that,
might as well also
otherwise-
go in the Visage, actually.
Yeah. There they go. Pick up that. Thank you. That's Prophet I was gonna say. Here comes the shards. Doesn't actually hit properly, but the siphon is there and the right click. Boom. There you go. Fabby.
Ah, Ninja
Gets the
Boogie.
last
Where was the deny with the sleep?
He was close. He could actually have done it. He thought
Yeah.
maybe his teammate was living with the Fairy Fire, but then in comes Fabby with the still long range right punch.
They didn't get the Queen of Pain, but they can transition it into a tower push regardless. They have Kyo's Exorcism now, and he's gonna pop it as well. So they get a tier 1 out of it.
Will they lose their tier 1 mid though? Because that would not be a nice trade.
Yeah, especially since they are the ones expending cooldowns for it, whereas
Under attack.
Mineski, they could just hit it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They might try to teleport and fight this, but stagger teleports.
Dire's
That's one person.
It's not gonna be
Charger
enough.
there. No, the tower will still
Oh,
drop now. The rest
those are gonna be enough.
It will be a denial, the tower at least. But the tower will die nonetheless. Oh, nice tornado straight away with the Forev teleporting in. He comes to Sprout before the EMP hits. He's now out of mana, gets his Sonic Wave as well. Forev dies. Kishek says, well, that's my teamfight contribution right there. Might be trying to get some right clicks and actually should be thinking about blinking away right now because he's taking a lot of damage from Kyo with the Siphon, but his blink is off cooldown again and he should be able to get away just fine. In the meantime, the Omni Slash happened and it was the Tusk that still ended up, the Bane that actually ended up dying. How did the Tusk die? He was
Also
still
to the
there.
Bane. He was just really low from the Queen of Pain before, and then Bane just he committed to the kill because he was gonna die.
He's gonna die anyways. Now, why are they not denying this tower?
That's a good question. Probably for the Tusk, maybe to TP in to give Q a bottle sip. Or
Yeah.
they're just not thinking about it, I guess. But yeah, good engagement. Even though MVP lost 2 heroes for only 1, I think it was okay because MP got one of the kills.
Yeah.
So that's good for him. Looking at him, he has drums now. He's also the top of the net worth chart because he's just been farming all the time.
Good for Battlefield.
Ketchik has been looking for kills, so he kind of neglected his farm a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the Battle Fury is a little bit too greedy for MP to go for right now. Oh, talking about greedy, I think Kyo is way too far up that hill and will pay for that with his life. Haste Rune Breaky Check definitely helping out though. There is a lack of vision on the Radiant team right now, by the way. There are no wards up. Simple as that.
Dubo has a ward, but he hasn't really been... I don't know, I think Dubo has been really silent so far. He's been mostly just trying to sort of pull and stack for his for safe laner. But yeah, they definitely need the vision. I mean, you have a Tusk, right? What you want to do with the Tusk is you want to be able to find kills, find openings, or
Yeah.
at least respond to openings
You
better.
can snowball on someone, have someone with you, and then each prophet can teleport in as well, and you
Exactly.
basically are 3 versus 1 all the time. Well, they're gonna smoke right now, so this is the start of perhaps something glorious for MVP here. As they need something glorious because they're starting to
Mineski smoking
lose
up
the
themselves
ground.
though. Winter, by
Oh,
the way,
they're
has
actually
his
going the
blink
other
dagger
way.
completed. So
Nice.
they're definitely yeah, they're most likely gonna find a kill here on MP mid. The question is, can MVP retaliate, or are they just gonna find a Bane? Looks like it's just gonna be a Bane.
Yeah, Bane will end up
mid
dead.
MP is caught out. He's dead for sure.
Yeah, both targets for the smoke died, but as you pointed out, a Bane target doesn't really weigh up against the Juggernaut target.
Yes. This hurts MVP quite a bit, actually. Again, they can transition it into a push, but they're not very likely to get the tower. And as you can see, they're even retreating a bit because they're not really sure what the response from Mineski looks like right now.
He's there, got his first Oblivion staff ready. Ready for that Orchid.
Forev also going for another set of drums. I don't agree with this. I mean, he did it, I believe, in the first game as well. And I think it was okay then, but just because they already have a set of drums, I don't think he should go for another one.
Oh, it seems like a bit of a go-to build rather than maybe a discussed
Yeah.
thing.
I think if he had built straight into Vladimir's, would have been fine as well.
Did they see the courier walk there? I think they might have. Oh,
They definitely see
didn't.
MP now. Or saw MP. And Ketchik has an Invis rune. This is gonna be very bad for them.
Fiend Script coming out on QO, in comes the Sonic Wave as well. QO in a lot of trouble and is already dead. Febby now trying to get away, maybe steal the Bane. The Bane still ends up going down, but Febby, you're dead too. Double kill already for Kashek as he looks for a triple. He gets Omni Slash though. And MP gets the mega kill streak of that Queen of Pain as for Rev is picked up there on the sidelines as well. 2-4-3. But kills in favor of Mineski. Mega kill streak going the way of the Juggernaut. That's a lot of gold.
Yeah. If you weigh it up, I think it's definitely fine for MVP still. They didn't expend, for example, the Exorcism, which is quite nice, so they didn't really lose any sort of like big cooldown or anything. They got level 7 on the Witch Doctor because of it, meaning he has Death Ward now. I believe he was even... I think he was even under level 6, just under level 6 before the fight.
That could be it, yeah.
This was okay for MVP. If they trade like this is totally fine for now.
And they used the Fiend Script too, even though that's a very short cooldown, so it doesn't matter that much, I guess. Ooh, Invoker. Doing just fine for the moment, but has to be maybe slightly careful.
Oh, they top... Oh, what? This is such a big mistake, actually. So, they were gonna ward, and they were gonna put a sentry down anyway, I believe, and then they smoked before they even tried to deward. Meaning that this smoke was basically useless.
It's a shame, and a haste room with Invoker now too, so good luck trying to catch up to him. In the meantime, we do have Mineski gathering up. 4 people on this bottom lane, but 4 people also on the bottom lane from MVP Phoenix. The people that are missing are the Bane as well as the Death Prophet.
Don't think MVP should fight this.
You don't think, or you think they should?
I don't think they should, because they don't have the Juggernaut Omni Slash. I think it's actually a huge part of their team fight.
30 seconds.
But looks like Mineski wants to take the fight too then, maybe.
Yeah, Mineski's smoking up. Maybe not yeah, they want to go for the Death Prophet.
Oh, that's gonna be very far though.
It's a long trip to do, for sure. And at this point, I mean, there's a lot of people missing from the map, so QO should be starting to get aware, like, hey, something might be wrong.
Not gonna get him. Ysera, I believe that... No, then he's only halfway to his Orchid. I actually thought he had another Oblivion staff in his stash. The way this game is going right now, like the past, I want to say 2 minutes, is very favorable towards MVP. They're totally fine with this sort of farming a bit, because they can always threaten towers. They're not on the clock really. They have really good late game as well, so yeah, why not? This farming definitely favors them.
Juggernaut, I think in another 3 minutes, we'll have his Battle Fury, maybe earlier, if we can take some towers down as well. And they're actually going to try and take the tower down right now, while the rest is wrapping around. Invoker?
What though?
Oh,
Instructions are for
So unfortunate.
that vision of MVP has not been amazing, or vision control rather.
Yeah. And it's
They should still get the tower though. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
the
for sure.
Sarah can get the denying.
at
Or
the
I
same
don't think
time
we should
though.
try.
Same time though, look at the bottom.
gonna
Ketchik
try, he's gonna
is
try.
kind of like
Oh,
trading.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yes. With the Bane ready as well in case someone comes to defend, which is the case. It's a Tusk. Snowball coming in. Oh, more teleports right before the tower dies. The Fiendscript's already there on Febby though. Teleports in comes QO. Doesn't have the exorcism anymore, but it doesn't matter. Bane's already dead and Queen of Pain teleports out. Tower still goes down though, but I
top
get at least
though.
one
Ysera
claim.
finds a kill. Finds a solo kill. The only
So-
one that didn't TP down with the
Witch
others.
Doctor is left behind.
Bit of a misplay from Ninja Boogie to go for the Fiend Script there. I think Nightmare would have been completely fine, but I guess maybe he thought, hey, you know, we can quickly kill him before the others come, but I think it was the right decision by Ketchik to just jump out of there.
Yeah. Just let him die.
You pointed
Jump
out
to the
the bad vision control from MVP, but Mineski has been on top of that.
Yeah,
They just
can't have
another
that
warrant.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a Nature's Prophet in the enemy team, you kind of can often know where your enemy has vision because, of course, the ultimate goes through and you get hit by it. Like, hey, they shouldn't have vision here, so there's a ward somewhere around here, and then you can kind of guess.
Forever, they're pinging it out. Ah.
But yeah, they have been
they
really
saw
on
Winter.
point.
They saw Winter.
Winter almost has his blink dagger ready. Rather Force Staff, I mean.
Queen of Pain also going for the Orchid, just finish it up instead of the Aghanims, what Ketchik did last game. I guess it makes sense. The Juggernaut is not gonna have a meta style anytime soon, so if you can silence them up, it's a somewhat easy kill. You
Yep.
also can prevent the Exorcism, which is nice, although she has a Yield Scepter, so it's not that effective against the Death Prophet.
Now they just have to coordinate, not silencing the same target.
Actually, I think the silence could maybe even... Well, not mainly because of the Witch Doctor, but it's also because of the Witch Doctor, so they don't need to expend a huge spell, because they don't really have a good designated single target stun.
There's a Fiend's Grip happening somewhere. Gets interrupted. In the meantime, on top lane, Forev still gets chased down and killed off, while Bane falls on the other side, so trade, but another favorable trade for Mineski.
And yet again, he used his Fiend Script.
It's a shortish one. Shortish.
Could be worse. Could be worse. That's for sure. Ysera. He definitely wants to find a kill with his Orchid. He hasn't been lucky so far, but maybe the Juggernaut.
Can he go for the Juggernaut? I don't think so.
Oh, they have the birds though. They have the birds.
Oh yeah, he's so dead. That right click damage though.
Found a kill on the Queen of Pain though. That's definitely a good trade for MVP. I think you trade this. Trade this for sure.
Under attack.
They used the exorcism for that though.
Oh yeah, right. No, okay, then it's actually an okay trade. Oh, and Ysera, he's here again.
Yeah, he's not
They're gonna
done
wait
just
for the
yet.
exorcism to end, and then they're gonna go on Kyo probably.
Soon.
They know he's. Oh.
That's such a nice block. How did he know? There's no vision there. Oh, lasso QO still gets picked up there. And Invoker just comes in from the other side, right clicking down. Nice sharp once again. QO taking a lot of damage, trying to back himself up. In the meantime, there is a Witch Doctor ultimate, which is able to pick off Extinct and at least force the rest back. And QO actually ended up living.
Febby. MVP Febby. Seriously.
Oh, so MVP Febby.
Two really strong Ice Shard blocks that saved the Death Prophet twice.
Yep.
That was some really sick play.
Really good positioning for the Witch Doctor ultimate as well.
Ketchik though wants to find Kyo, but he's not gonna get it. But yeah, with this, Febby is almost... he's very close to his blink. He's 200 gold short.
So, I talked about this during the draft a bit, right? In terms of how Queen of Pain matches up as a carry. And how I feel like you basically have a window that you want to go for. You don't want to wait too long. You don't want to be too slow in your decisions. At what point do you feel, and do you agree, and at what point do you feel like Mineski should try to make things happen more? They have been trying to rotate quite a bit, but they've not been able to I'm gonna say it, capitalize on their kills, aka no towers have really gone down after a kill, after a pickup. Oh, QO. Wait a second, hold that thought. There will be a lasso. EMP there as well, held in place, and killed off.
I was just about to say they need to get more kills with these two orchids. They bought two orchids on Invoker and Queen of Pain, and then on Queen of Pain it's somewhat of a greedy build because what the orchid means is that you want to find kills, right?
Yeah.
But Ketchik hasn't really gotten any significant. I don't think he has gotten a single kill with this orchid yet. I think it was only Invoker that was able to find kills. Either way, I think they need to make more happen, play more aggressively. Like what Invoker just did, it was really nice. But the way Ketchik is playing, I don't think it was good to get an orchid.
Oh, Queen of Pain blinks himself out after using a Sonic Wave on the Nature's Prophet. Queen of Pain, no, not out to the low ground Sonic Wave, or rather, no. That's a lot of damage on the Nature's Prophet. I mean, his team is just there.
I honestly thought at first, so okay, you know, I was gonna make a point how if Ketchik Immo plays this way, he was like very split pushy. You could technically just go for the Aghanims, which would be more effective. But I mean, if his team is responsive in a way they are right now, yeah, sure. And by the way, big play by Ysera silencing the Tusk, because Tusk was about to ulti the Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have killed her, but still.
Yeah, everybody from Mineski was there, of course, ready to take down Roshan as well. I think that's very unlucky for the Nature's Prophet to go on there at that time, but at the same time, if they had more vision, they would have noticed it.
Yes, yes.
They're still lacking on the vision, so I kind of think that kill, or rather those losses on the side of MVP, were mostly due to lack of vision.
And their vision, the vision they have right now, oh wait, I think it's gonna be a big fight. They have the lasso again.
Let's see, silence up on the Witch Doctor first. No paralyzing cask, and no Witch Doctor either. No for Rev either, because he just gets blown up. Geshek loses her Aegis. Bean's Grip coming out on MP. And Mineski, they are doing it. There is a Tusk that is the only one left alive. But Juggernaut gets blown up as the last one there. And Febby is like, I'm out, guys. I'm here. I'm farming. I forget what I said earlier. So the window of opportunity for Mineski is kind of right now. How can MVP close that window? Because at this point the window seems to be very large.
This is the issue with their lineup is they can't even go effectively for split pushes because Mineski has really good heroes to punish split pushing. They have the Bad Rider, they have the Invoker, the Queen of Pain. They can punish split pushing. I think they need to play more careful, and as you said, the vision is actually so horrendous. They didn't see any of the heroes coming in because their vision is very concentrated over their own area, which is very defensive, and at the same time it's also a bit too much for just one area, basically.
Yeah, and if they're gonna play as aggressive as they did, you do not want to have those defensive wards.
Exactly, you need like a ward here, like either here or even here, just to spot out the rotations coming out from the heroes. So, no. I think what they did just there was fine, the way they tried to sort of like little siege the tower, I suppose, but they should have disengaged way sooner. Oh, Kyo, you're gonna die again.
Talking about disengage, QO. Disengage! Run! It isn't. That works.
I think Ysera should have.
They want to fight this.
They're gonna fight the Visage here.
Yeah, is it enough though? Snowball used for that as well. Extinct trying to do what he can, but we'll still get punched to death.
Yes. What? Why, guys? They didn't. Oh my God! They're looking for the Invoker instead of trying to kill the birds. If they had killed the birds, they would have been actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gold.
A lot of gold, a lot of control. Wow.
At least they're gonna get the tower here.
Easy tower.
Which, by the way, they did not deny it. Actually, he's trying. He's trying. He's not.
No, I can kill the birds. No, never mind. Nah, they wouldn't be able to then, actually.
Bottom lane for Rev. Invoker's coming in, Bad Brother's coming in.
Blink, lasso, towards the Invoker. We're doing something for Rev? No, don't think so. Gets his sprout up, but doesn't matter. The TPs, reactions, too late.
I think they can fight still. They have the Orchid, and Queen of Pain is coming in as well. They can fight this.
Yeah, the Orchid's still up on MP, but he just needs to punch Ysera. Ysera can still go invisible one too. Lessa has a deafening blast first. Febby's already dead. And Flame Break forces MP out. Queen of Pain still has his Orchid. Actually has his BKB. Orchid again in 5. But things are not looking good for MVP Phoenix.
Yeah, this Desolator and the Invoker now as well. He's hurting so much. And the heroes on MVP's side, aside from the Death Prophet, are actually fairly squishy, so it's gonna be rough. An Invoker. I think he can solo kill everybody but the Death Prophet, I believe. Could be close with the Juggernaut.
I was gonna say, I think Juggernaut has a pretty good shot as well. In terms of survivability. He has got extra armor. Where's my camera going? There we go. Oh, they see Q go up high ground again. And that Bane is ready with the Fiend's Grip. Places a ward, gets that extra vision out.
Oh, it's just out of range from the sentry as well. Well, not just out of range, but...
Positioning too, if someone's farming the small camp. Or did it just block the small camp? I think it might have just blocked the small camp.
Ketchik is doing the sexy bambo. And lying in patiently. But MVP is doing the only right thing. I think they have to go for something, maybe. Now, just look at them. They're making sure that there's no observer ward here. But there's also no. Wait, where's the smoke, guys? You only group up like this if you want to smoke.
Generally, yes. Courier has no smoke. Someone said, "Hey guys, let's smoke," and everybody said, "Yeah, good idea." And everybody gathers up. It's like, "Oh, I thought you would bring the smoke."
Pretty much.
That's how it goes.
I'm pretty sure this is their conversation right now. They're wasting so much time right now because they're not sure what to do. At the same time, maybe they're also just expecting a smoke coming out from Mineski, which would be correct.
They are right, yeah. It's a good smoke timing, not just for MVP, but also for Mineski. Mineski-X, sorry.
Mineski-X, yeah.
I don't know why the X is there.
It's a cool name. It's like, you know how 10 years ago everybody had to rename themselves, had to like brand themselves as, I don't know, something 2000, 3000, 4000, and now it's cool to have just like a letter, X,
yeah,
Z.
Alright, disagree. Queen of Pain in some trouble, but there's no Orchid on the Nature's Prophet, so he can just blink away. We're gonna see that a lot. QO wasn't in time there with the silence. 4 people of Mineski inside that Radiant jungle.
They're
now
all ticking
5
down
people
here.
for MVP here. They're going here for the Invoker first. Can I take him down? Yes, they can. Big pick off.
And the money goes to the Queen, to the Death Prophet,
yeah.
who's now sitting at 2k gold. So that was a much needed kill.
By the way, we have been complaining about the vision of MVP a lot, but now also their vision is starting to dwindle due to the gem on the Bat Rider. So the little vision that they had, they can say goodbye to that as well.
I mean, if you look at, they don't have a single word out right now. They're so poor, actually.
It's like, if you're a witch doctor in this game, you're the saddest witch doctor alive, and I want to commend Dubu for only dying twice. That just means that his positioning in fights and just overall in the map in terms of awareness of where other people could potentially see him has just been very on point.
Yeah, definitely. With a roaming Invoker like this, and even like the Queen of Pain playing so aggressively, the fact that he's stayed alive so often is definitely something worth recommending. And he's TPing out now, and his team is playing so safe. As you can see, they're never farming alone.
The buddy system.
Finally, they have a smoke.
And Juggernaut finally has a Manta style, and that means that that means that he'll be able to get rid of the Orchid.
That said, there's 2 Orchids, and I think they've actually done a really good job with sort of stacking their Orchids.
But how do you know you're hitting the right one?
They just know. Odds are they're gonna get the wrong one, like they did with the Doom last game. Oh, that wasn't them. That was MVP. Was it? Actually, no. It was Mineski, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
So, looks like Mineski's gonna get this tier 2 without any trade happening from MVP.
Yep.
This is basically the awful thing about the positioning and because they took the tier 2 top already, but it is the safest place to farm right now, the top lane. So they all grouped up there but couldn't really get anything out of it.
Next Roshan in a minute or so. That will be pretty big too. I feel like if we look back at it feels very, very reminiscent of the previous game, right? Where Mineski was just very much ahead, but wasn't able to really push their advantages. And we know that they're ahead this game as well, but they're just not pushing as hard as I feel that they could potentially. But maybe with an Aegis, with the next Roshan, they'll actually feel comfortable enough to do that.
Unlike last game, however, I don't feel as if they're utilizing the map as well. I don't think they're getting as much farm as they maybe should, or rather, I suppose MVP is getting more farm
Yes.
than they did last time around
I
because
agree with that.
they have the Nature's Prophet, right? So Nature's Prophet is always going to get farm. You have the Juggernaut that's also very sort of it's just a better hero to push to farm with, I suppose, than the Gyrocopter because it feels more elusive. So this is definitely a much better position to be in if you're MVP right now. And looks like they're going to group up for a tower push bottom here.
Radiant's top tower is under
Let's
attack.
see. We smoke up. Let's zoom out a bit.
Ninja Boogie's reading it though. Sees the lines are being drawn, and
The lines are definitely being drawn.
he knows. He just knows.
And nobody is showing themselves on the map on the side of Mineski either, so MVP just doesn't know where to go. Their smoke is about to run out.
They're being read like a book. Open book.
The pings are totally there, right on top of Mineski.
Yeah.
Even though the vision was not there. Check vision things.
MVP also, just because of that ward in the mid lane, they saw the courier, so they correctly guessed or assumed
Yes.
where MVP was. And actually, I think if you're Mineski, you go for your own smoke now.
Yeah.
Or at least for your own gank attempt, sort of, because you know that MVP is sort of like scattered. They'll look to farm back again. They're a bit unorganized, so why
Your
not?
own Roshan attempt.
Yeah, actually, MVP doesn't have the best Roshan fighting lineup. I think, yeah, Exorcism Death Ward is nice for sure, but at the same time, they're not in a position right now to really utilize it fully. So I don't know. They could have tried to sneak it, but they don't have. Actually, they do have a medallion.
Yeah.
They could have tried it actually.
Well, they saw the Nature's Prophet's Treants, and they don't want to get called out, because it's still fairly scary with the Death Ward there and the Death Prophet ulti. You don't want to get stuck in all that damage.
Oh, looks like they're gonna try anyway.
They're being scouted out, because the vision
But
this
look
time
at
is
how
actually
fast they
there.
take it, or how much damage they're dealing. But yeah, they're gonna disengage. I mean, we talked about this before in the last game, and you mentioned it before as well. Mineski is. They want to play it safe, right? They don't want to overextend here. They're definitely in the lead, and they just want to keep the lead.
Yeah.
It is an elimination game, or rather, it's a tiebreaker game. So, might as well play it safe and go for a pick-off.
So for both teams are very, very patient. It seems like both teams want to only take the fight when they know it's in their absolute favor, that they can actually take it. And because neither team really thinks that, we really don't see them go for
They're
it.
gonna go for a Roshan now. I don't think this is the right play.
Oh, Exorcism used. Well, you don't think it's the right play, but it's going on very fast. Yes, Mineski's on the way, but they might be too late, or will they be? Nature's Prophet teleporting in first, finds the Invoker, might be able to hold him back in the meantime. The rest of MVP backs off. There was an EMP in the pit, but no, they're still going for it. The birds might be able to stun them in time to try and take this. Bat Rider jumping in, but gets used up in the air. Roshan still attempted Winter, flying out Sonic Wave up on 3, but the A just snatched by the Juggernaut, even though the Dire gets a kill of the Roshan. Omni-Slash on the birds, gets Extinct there too though, but Nightmare up for MP, as Extinct still will go down, but MP can't help chase that. Age is not able to get used up in the air for the Bane. Another Siphon coming out from QO. He has one charge left after this one. I'm not sure if he needs to use it though. That Bane is not gonna try anything anymore. Nature's Prophet went down on the outskirts of the fight, but I really think that was key to try and distract the Invoker from the fight, because if that Invoker could do more of that fight,
Yes.
oh, I think it's gonna be really, really bad for MVP right now.
Yes, that was the game-winning play from the Nature's Prophet actually, to sort of prevent the Invoker from having any effect. Oh, and they find him out again.
They have the silence as well. Sonic Wave is still there though, and Nubu has to back off. A nice deafening blast. There was another Siphon, as I said. There's another one again, and there is the other, or the next rather already, because he does have that Octarine Core Exorcism used, trying to take that tower down. Invoker is forced back to base. Silence up for Queen of Pain. Can't do anything anymore either. Has got another Sonic Wave in 20 seconds and will use it. She has got an Axe. Invoker. Tornado. Looking for it. Looking for the fight. Lasso up on QO. Do they have enough damage is the question. Yes, they do. Oh, they do for sure. Didn't take the melee rack, so MVP Phoenix. They found their opening. Gem drops on the deck as Witch Doctor gets burst down by the Invoker. And Juggernaut just runs away. Has still got that Aegis, but they can use that for a next push. But oh, that fight. That Roche fight. Nature's Prophet. Definitely got them a Rax there.
Yes, for sure. And I will say that
Turn around.
I think that they Mineski still could have played it better though, because they were very scattered and they went in sort of one by one. The Invoker went in ahead of everybody else because he tried to. I mean, I guess he had to because he was the only one that could interrupt the Roshan attempt. But I think if you're Mineski there, you let them take Roche and then you fight them on your own terms afterwards.
But I think not. Well, you're right with that. But if Nature's Prophet wasn't there, they would have taken that fight and taken the Roche.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The positioning of Invoker was really good, because he could just come in from the side and deafening blast through the wall, push them basically outside of the pit. But because Nature's Prophet being there, he could not.
It was actually this time around Mineski that didn't have the proper vision there, because I believe the Nature's Prophet just de-warded them up there as well. So...
He could have. Yeah, but they did not have vision on there, you are correct. Well played from MVP. They basically blowed this game wide open again. We had Mineski in favor for the majority of this game, and even though the graphs still say that it's in favor of Mineski, we just saw what the Death Prophet can do. Only one fight. They have to win one fight and they get Rex. Basically, is that simple.
It also comes down to really how's the money distributed, because I think the way it is distributed right now, I think MVP is fine with this. The fact that, yeah, sure, the Queen of Pain is 3k ahead in terms of, is 3k ahead of the Juggernaut, but I think they're totally fine with that. And looking even further down, the Tusk is doing fairly well. The Witch Doctor doesn't necessarily need much farm to begin with. Yeah, it would be nice if he had an Aghanim's, but even without it, he's doing fairly well. So, if you just look at the net worth disadvantage, honestly, it's not that much. I think, if anything, the XP advantage is something that you should be looking towards, but even there, it's not as significant. I mean, I don't think MVP on their core heroes need any more levels, and maybe a level 3 Nature's Prophet Ultimate would be nice. But he doesn't have his Aghanims yet anyway, so it's not that big of a game changer yet.
Not yet. It's still happening. I'm not sure about if I agree with Nature's Prophet build. I want them to build an Orchid. I feel like the Radiant side needs Orchids. They have the silence of the Death Prophet, which is nice and all that, but...
It feels like they just want to go all in on their push power, because there might be a scenario where they still lose fights, but can come back through, split push, retting, whatever. Especially now that they have a BD Rex already, I think going all in sort of on your pushing potential might be the safer option. I see why you would want an Orchid, but I think he would have had to pick it up earlier. He went the drums and Necro build before already, and I think now it's probably too late to fully utilize the Orchid, I think. Especially since both the Queen of Pain and the Invoker picked up BKBs. Silence on the Bat Rider is usually not that great. On Visage also it really isn't, and then there's Bane. That's pretty much it, I think. So
I like that Bane has an Aether Lens. The range of that Fiend's Grip is
so huge.
Quite gigantic right now. MVP. They won that last fight, and I kind of feel like they might be getting slightly cocky off the back of that. Do you feel like they can start pushing with the 5 of them? Or do
I think they can.
Yeah? They have they have the Aegis still.
Yeah.
There's that.
But I will say that the way Mineski is positioning themselves right now was really good. Like, they have 2 heroes in the tree line right now, so they are so ready to fight this.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet is in the top lane, but can join the fight any moment. Doesn't have an ultimate though.
Oh,
Tusk! He just wanted to place a ward. He snowballs in on the Bane, who Glimmer camps himself just in time. Febby silenced up already, taking a lot of damage, but gets maxed up. In the meantime, Forev, what you doing on the wrong side of the fight, buddy? What? Forev, please. Nightmare is delaying his own execution. There he goes. And the exorcism is up. In the meantime, QO is going for this one. Bat Rider, he'll be okay. Deafening Blast helping him out, and the Sonic Wave is there as well. But Forev, Does he not notice that the whole enemy team was there? I guess that's the only explanation that I can give.
Usually
He was so shocked he didn't even use his trails that he made.
Yeah, I think usually this is a nice play. Oh, Kyo.
Ooh, Hex
Oh,
up
Kyo,
for Kyo.
buddy.
He gets the Lincoln. Might be helping him enough. Yeah, he's fine. He has got 17 stick charges as well. Not sure how much that does at 39 minutes in the game, but every little bit helps. But yeah, they can't fight with that anymore.
So
Oh,
usually
that
I
Lincoln
think.
from Febby though.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait. Aegis,
Oh,
doorbell.
There it is.
Yeah, there
The
it is.
doorbell.
I'm gonna follow the Witch Doctor. We're back.
Witch Doctor, the best one to follow. Yeah. For the stream, usually I think as a Nature's Prophet, blinking in or TPing in there is actually not that bad, considering that, you know, you want to flank as a Nature's Prophet. You want to catch somebody out of position, but they didn't have any vision there, and he should have known that his team was there. So that was a bit of a, I guess, futile attempt. Febby almost has Guarding Briefs. He might not complete them actually. He might go for something else first.
I'm back. What did I miss? Yeah.
Nothing really. I just talked about Febby and him probably not finishing his Guarding Grease, but instead maybe going for the Shivas. Or play. Actually, no, not Shivas. Never mind. He's gonna go for the Lotus Orb.
He likes Lotus Orbs.
It's a good item.
And it's really good for the Tusk as well. Can you just roll in, basically force enemies to use it on you, use stuff on you? Use it on
That's also
yourself.
obviously against the Hex now. Now that there's a Hex on the field, you want to be able to, you know, dispel the Hex basically. So,
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Pretty nice,
His-
yes.
Also, I mean, it doesn't really take him that long to get it.
Well, 2200 gold up for the Visage. He might be thinking the same thing, by the way.
Yes.
As in Lotus
Yeah.
Orb.
Could also go for a bit of a more greedy kind of play, because I don't think the Lotus Orb is that strong on Mineski, because there's not too much single target spell. I don't think he can dispel anything. So I think going for something like an AC or Yeshivas could be get better.
The Shivas might be nice as well. I mean, he is saving up gold. It's not like he is going to use it on anything else right now. And the downside is he's not able to farm that well. He basically is. He is just birds.
He has plus 40 armor, the Visage. Plus 40.
Jeez.
And he
That
doesn't
is-
even. He doesn't even have. I don't know. Yeah. Imagine if he goes for an assault, for example.
Radiant. There's no Desolator. Oh. They might need to have some armor reducing items too. I mean, why don't they go for an AC? Who would go for the AC though? That's
Yeah,
the
they don't have a
question.
natural AC carrier. That's the biggest issue here. If
Yeah.
anything, I think it should be Kyo. But Kyo definitely needs other items. You want a refresher, for example, now on Kyo. So this is, yeah. I agree. They definitely need one, or ideally they would have one, but they have no hero to really buy it. You could argue that the Nature's Prophet could build it as well, but the way he's building, he's going to go for an Octarine and a refresher himself as well. So they're not going to get an AC anytime soon.
So I think our point of action, our next point, is in two minutes or so, 2.5.
With Roshan?
Yeah.
I
Is,
believe this is what both teams are looking forward to.
yeah, I think so too. The Aegis, the previous Aegis was kind of used up without really being used, but they were able to push because of it, with just the safety of the Aegis, making sure that Mineski didn't want to jump MVP Phoenix there. Yeah, we have the net worth graph is back to even 2.5k in favor of Mineski, but at this stage of the game, doesn't matter. Experience graph mostly transition into seeing level 16 not yet on the Nature's Prophet and the Tusk, and Witch Doctor as well, but is there for 3 heroes already on the side of Mineski, so that's probably the biggest difference, but I don't think that at this point that actually matters. It's all about decision making and positioning.
Exactly. And again, a Witch Doctor is not necessarily a hero where, say he was a Sand King. If he was a Sand King, he'd definitely need a Blink Dagger, right, to be able to fully utilize his potential in team fights. But as a Witch Doctor, you don't necessarily need an item. You can obviously there's plenty of items that could make him better.
What
but he
about
can still,
Ags?
Yeah.
I kind of feel sad for him. Oh,
I feel
I
too-
definitely feel sad for him. I feel very sad for him.
Oh, they're gonna
they
fight
use
this.
Exorcism for this one. Use up in the air there as well. The bird's already here though. The Fiend's Grip as well. And QO picked up in the snowball, saved by the snowball. Punch up on the bait. The life saver is not enough. Don't worry, he's living for the moment, but the lasso is there just in case, holding in position. But MP is here. Only slash already on cooldown. It's 2 for 2 now. Looking for Extinct. Looking for Winter. Forever comes in for the back line. Wants to go for Extinct, but it's not really happening right now. They don't have enough damage. In the meantime, the Sonic Wave comes out. The rest of the fight is still happening, as it's actually Febby that kills off the Queen of Pain.
I believe with this,
I missed that
Mineski
part
just...
of the fight, but that probably was the most exciting part of that fight in the end. They did that all without a Witch Doctor, by the way. MVP won that fight for sure.
They also lost their courier with the Maelstrom from... Oh, Febby's gonna die.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Febby
Yeah,
is gonna die.
They
And
lost
a
the
gem.
courier with the Maelstrom in it.
Oh,
Honestly, if...
I think also MP has a chance of dying here as he gets lassoed back. Full assumption, he's trying to do what he can, tries to teleport out, but I think the damage, the physical damage coming out is too much. There is, however, 20 health tier 3 tower, but
yeah, if Febby, not if Febby, if Ketchik had his Maelstrom there, or his Mjolnir actually, he was trying to buy it on the secret shop together with the courier, but then the fight broke out. But yeah, if he had it, that would have been a different story. I don't think he would have survived necessarily. Actually, yeah, he would have gotten the kill on Febby for sure.
yeah.
So,
Dire's bottom
Very,
tower
very
is under
unfortunate.
attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
and with it, they lost to tier 3 actually.
Oh, lasso.
He's never
Witch
getting
Doctor.
an Aghanims this game.
Nope, nope. Dream is dead. Duo.
Speaking of that though,
Deafening
Misera.
blast. Oh, BKB CPR for Misera. Okay. I mean, it's a Roshan, right? There's everything needed. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet was able to split push. Hello, Nature's Prophet. Welcome to the game. Almost got this range rack. Look at this go. It's actually taking. It's actually to quite a bit of damage there, and that means that they can't contest the Aegis. Are they gonna try?
Nah, they're gonna be too late.
They are. Tornado comes down, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's too late indeed.
And Kyo going for heart instead of refresher.
Fiend's Grip
Yeah,
for
makes
F.
sense. Oh, for F.
In a lot of trouble there. He can also still get silenced up, hexed up, damage there, and the Sunstrike, BM Sunstrike to finish it off. Oh,
They can still go for this.
yeah, MP. Lincoln's popped, or he's popped his Manta as well. We'll get burned some mana perhaps. No, he's fast enough to get away. They're actually not going for this. It's too risky. Nature Prophet could always buy back and try to snipe the Rex on bot lane. Gotta be wary of that.
It's something they should definitely not let happen. They can't afford to let it happen, really. You can already see they're already going for item builds where, you know, it's partly to push out waves, but also obviously to fight. I mean, the Mjolnir on Ketchik. And this is basically where I suppose we can see the weakness of this draft. You pointed out, I believe, earlier during the draft that the late game is not really as strong as it could have been with a different hero, for example.
Yeah, their window still open, but it's not as wide open as it was before.
It's very narrow.
Come back
at this
to
point.
the window metaphor. Oh, QO is going for heart. He's already pretty difficult to kill, and they say that, and he still dies. He still gets because he mostly dies because he gets focused down.
They have good focus fire, that's for
Yes.
sure. They have good single target focus fire. Oh, there's an Abyssal now on MP. This is gonna be rough. They
I
cannot-
really also like all the Treants. Treants are a hold to the side. They'll be going for the rack soon. I don't know where they're going actually.
Winter,
But they're going
he wants
through
to
mid
pick
lane.
off.
Oh, Blink Lasso! They grab Febby. Can he actually do something? He might be turning himself into a snowball. He does not. He'll go down beforehand. There goes the Abyssal. He'll stay around. He'll die. Gem of Truth on the deck. QO just going forward. He just doesn't care. Fiend's Grip, I don't think he cares one bit. It is Bane that should be caring. Double kill for MP. And that is Elena Rex gone. No buyback on Invoker, no buyback on the Bane. And Batrider
likely
Lasso
GG.
spent. This looks to be GG because in the meantime on the top lane, Nature's Prophet is just pressuring this Rax already took down the melee Rex. Range Rex. Creeps are going to work. Lasso up in 24 seconds. I'm not sure what Forev is planning on doing here. He gets his assistance. Oh, Soul Assumption still kills the Forev though, but he buys back. He'll be back here shortly. The buybacks on the Tusk as well. They want to be here for the glory. They want to be here when it ends. They want to be here when they can say, yes, we made it to the playoffs. Because that looks to be where they're going. It is, of course, a best of one tiebreaker game between Mineski and MVP Phoenix so far. Mineski
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
doesn't look right. Hey, the weather effect doesn't work in the Dire base.
Aw.
Wait, my weather
Dire's
effect stopped
middle
working.
tower is under attack.
Oh no, the weather effect is in the Radiant, but not in the Dire. No, it's back. Okay, never mind. I was thinking, you know, the winter stopped. I have snow coming down. The bias was there. Oh, Abyssal, Kashek. Can still blink away in a second.
This is
They don't
so
give up yet. They're gonna
heartbreaking.
fight to the bitter end. They need to. Forev, he'll go down. Doesn't have buyback. Queen of Pain does though. Can they actually push it fast enough? They're taking them all down, or do they actually triple kill on MP? They're not taking them all down. MP has to also got that Aegis. I feel like that MP is gonna be able to do just fine here. Sonic Wave still hits up on QO. QO does have buyback available. In comes MP once again. Link is already burned. Goes for Winter. Winter bash. Kashek taking a lot of damage. Blinks away and a kill. The Juggernaut. Everybody down on the side of the Radiant. Hey, Skim, how do you feel like Mineski's chances are against Mega Creeps?
very, very slim. They have awful heroes to clear waves with. Look at Sarah, he's almost dying. But you know, you gotta try it. You gotta try your guard. Oh, Winter, no.
Oh, Winter, careful there. Those creeps basically hit just as hard as I think it's Witch
you can see
Doctor.
Febby
They hit
pinging.
harder than Witch Doctor.
You can see Febby pinging. I believe his words are, "Why the hell are they still defending this?" Yeah. Nah, it's such a shame for Mineski, really. They played really well in the early
Yeah.
game. I mean, they executed this job kind of nicely. It's just that I think at some point they just missed their window, and
Yeah.
And also MVP just played really well, I think.
BKB on my Invoker, I'm not sure why. Oh, Nature's Prophet's obviously.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ancient is under
Well,
attack.
I don't think Forev cares. Ooh, he actually gets Bean's Grip. Maybe a bit ballsy. Yep, he dead.
Mr. Gray.
Okay, but he still got the creeps out.
Dire's ancient
And the creeps are still going to work
Oh, the
slowly,
Death Ward.
surely. The Death Ward though. Febby, or rather, Witch Doctor. Might not have an axe, but it doesn't matter. GG is called. It is MVP Phoenix that goes to the playoffs tomorrow. Winter and his team, Mineski-X. They do not make it forward. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be very sad about that, but I think MVP Phoenix, if you disregard the first game that I casted of them today, which was absolutely horrendous, they did really well.